Good morning. We are going to be making a Gothic rose window. And first thing we need to do is get our paper prepped. Now, you are going to be using a 16 by 16 inch piece of paper. So to find the middle of that, you're going to take your ruler or your yardstick. You're probably going to need one that's larger than what you have in your bag. And you're going to take the ruler to corner, make sure it is measured up, lined up with it, and then draw two lines. So you have an X in the middle. Okay, so this is 4 out of 12 of our sections that we're going to make. Now you're also going to get a piece of chipboard. And this is where we're going to make all the sections, how you're going to divide it up. Now, this point goes directly right in the middle of your paper where you made the X. Now, it's not going to push through, obviously, because we have a table underneath. But the other end, you're going to make another hole with your little pin. You have to make sure that your pencil is going to go through, so you're going to need to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that's interesting. I just broke my pencil lead into my little piece of paper, so my lead is stuck there. So let's go ahead. We're going to make sure that your thumbtack is in. Oh, and now it's going to go out. Okay, here it is again. Okay, so see how this is making a perfect circle all the way around, all right? So what we're going to do from here is that we need to divide it up so that we have 12 sections. So we're going to be using these connections right here to make the other areas. So we're going to use our little rotator here. Make sure, once again, that you have your thumbtack on the intersecting lines. You're going to put your pencil in, just do a mark, and then a mark over here, okay? So you have two more intersecting, and you're going to do this all the way around. All right. Whoops, I moved. Yeah, you really have to hold on to that. Remember, you're not cutting or pushing it inward because, one, you can't because you are going to have a table underneath. Okay, so just hold it. You're going to make a mark there and a mark at the end. Now you don't have to worry about the lines inside your paper yet. We're not there. Okay, so the last one. Okay. So you should have a circle that's looking like this. Then what you're going to do is go diagonal. You're going to line it up from this point that I made to the point the opposite. Now we're not going across, we're doing a diagonal. And then we're going to turn it, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other, and as we go through, you are going to be making a little pie. And then one more. Okay, so there we have our little pie section. If you have any lines, you want to make sure you clean it up. Okay, So now you have 12 little pies. You are going to create one design on one of them. So what I do is I would decide you need to have one in the middle that is going to be the true color. So that's where the color that you get out of the bottle is going to be here. All right. And then from then you are going to divide this up into 10 to 12 shapes. Okay, let's see. You don't want to get them too small. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already got 5. And remember, you want to stay in your little small pie section. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, oh, I think I'm going to take this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So that's where I'm going to stay with it. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to get a small piece of tracing paper. And you're not going to need a full sheet, so I'll have to tear these up. Well, no, I guess you will need a full sheet since you are doing a larger one. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do is you are going to outline this on your tracing paper. Okay. And then you're going to have there. Okay. I needed to go backwards because we need to do something. We need to outline this in black Sharpie. Now, eventually you will be outlining it in Sharpie. I think I'm going to go ahead and outline my piece of pie too, so it will be easy to see. Now, you have to hold on to your tools when you're tracing and everything, because if you do not, it's just going to go everywhere. So you have to be conscious of what you are doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by outlining. Now, do you see how I am tracing the outside of the line? The line has a width to it. So I can trace the thickness of your line. Once again, you're holding onto your paper as you're doing this. You want to make this as neat as possible, because you are going to be repeating this 12 different times. I figured it's probably going to take you a couple of days to get your paper planned out. because it's going to take a little bit to get this all traced. Okay, so from there, we're going to take this and we're going to flip it, and we're going to put it right on next to the one that you just finished. And then you are going to trace over the lines that you created. Whoops. Now, as you're doing this, you are going to want to make these lines pretty dark, because once you transfer them, you want them to be dark also, because all we're going to be doing is flipping this back and forth to be able to get your image on here. And yes, eventually the paper will become weak. You are just going to have to be careful and thoughtful of what you're doing. And make sure you get all the lines. So when you take it off, it should be identical to that. So then we will flip it, line it up, and do it again until you have your whole color wheel finished. Okay, so once you get that done, hold on. I am going to be doing a demo on Wednesday. I'm guessing you guys will get this done, the formatting of it done on Wednesday. But Wednesday I will do a sample, a demo of how you are going to paint in this section. Okay? Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get busy getting this paper figured out with your designs. Now remember, you only want 10 sections, and you always want to end on an even keel. So this right here is going to be blue. This is going to be where the values change and the values change. This right here is your Sharpie marker line. All right.